Hello, 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 beautiful people. It's so good to be back with you. We are recording this the day after Memorial Day in the US. So there's a lot of chilling feelings happening. We just came off of a long weekend and we want to. I won't be with you long. I won't be with you long intentionally because I'm hoping that people have taken this extended weekend to just enjoy themselves, to relax, to share some laughs, share some good times, eat some good food, just do some things that bring them joy as we acknowledge those who have given their life for the country and made a tremendous sacrifice. But especially as you do those things, to think about taking care of yourself and making sure that you use every moment to savor your own life and to continue to invest in creating a life that feels right for you, right? So we can do two things can be true at the same time, where we acknowledge those that have sacrificed, and we also acknowledge their sacrifice by building a life that we are enjoying, being a life that brings us joy and a life that serves and acknowledges ourselves first, and then does the work to communicate and support others. So I'm excited to be back with you all today. My name is Leah Murphy. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I am the CEO and founder of Career Gems for the Journey, where we help talented professionals build thriving careers. So we're doing that. We're doing that work every day. So this is going to be a shorter LinkedIn Live. We also are streaming live to YouTube. So hello to everyone who is with us on all of the platforms. And you guys are going to be with us for our last LinkedIn Live at this time slot. It's our last one. So you gave us your feedback and we thank you so much. We appreciate you participating in our LinkedIn Live survey. And I'm just going to move my hair here because, hair just got freshly done. Hopefully we can continue to enjoy self-expression, but the microphone, remember we talked last week, had to switch to the lapel microphone so that the vibration for the construction that's happening elsewhere does not impact our audio experience. So you guys see me, I'm official now. I got my lapel mic, this is one step from Anchor Desk Action News energy. If you guys are looking for somebody new to host your news broadcast, facilitate your live podcast, I'm here. I'm ready. I have all the things. So I was saying before that I wanted to make sure that we were here and we were brief, but this is going to be our last time at this slot. We are going to test out a new time for the month of June, beginning on June 6th. So that's next Tuesday, June 6th. We're going to begin to host these LinkedIn Lives at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I was explaining that we chose the time 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time specifically because many of you participated in a survey that we sent out on LinkedIn, and you said you were catching the replay, which we love. We got tons and tons of positive feedback and DMs from those who actually watch the replay that don't participate or don't have the ability to join us at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time live. So we are going to shift. We're going to shift so that we give more folks the opportunity to join us live. And the two time slot options that got the highest number of votes, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, was almost tied with noon Eastern Time. So we wanted to try the 2 o'clock spot and give that some energy. So we're going to do that all throughout the month of June in 2023. We're going to be here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday, and we're going to be dropping new gems. Next Tuesday, we're starting a whole new series. We're going to be talking more about the audacity of making intentional asks in your career. Huge, lots of feedback from the last two series where we've talked about career gems. We talked about making the ask. We talked about strategic timing. We talked about all of those critical things. And now we're going to talk about what does it look like? How do we leverage audacity and the difference between audacity and entitlement? So you have to join us for that. It is going to be amazing. We're also going to have some additional layers coming in with the Career Gems for the Journey podcast. So if you didn't know that there was a Career Gems for the Journey podcast, please do go and find us on all your listening platforms. The Career Gems for the Journey podcast is available wherever you find your podcast. It's also available on the gemsforthejourney.org website. So if you're here and you're listening, go ahead and take a minute, open a new tab, and open up gemsforthejourney.org. And there you will be able to find the podcast tab. And that podcast tab will give you the full repository of all the podcasts. But we're going to also layer in this discussion on Audacity in the podcast. And we're going to have special guests. We are going to have guest co-hosts. It is going to be a rich discussion. And the reason why it's going to be a rich discussion is because I've been finding more than ever that folks feel really good about language and strategy oftentimes. And it's not a matter that people don't understand what they should do, but it's finding that audacity to go and do the thing on your own behalf. Like, it's finding that audacity. It's like tapping into the depth of, this is what I need to do to advocate for myself. I am the one. This is my time. This is my moment. It's tapping into that audacity because oftentimes the environments that we're in discourage us from demonstrating that level of audacity. And I'm here to tell you, there's some work that can be done, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I want all of us to take the energy of not only learning the strategy, making sure that we understand the language, making sure that we know the playing field, because so many people who are listening to this recording absolutely know the game, and they understand, and they've watched it as an observer, and they value getting the deepest level of insight, because that's why you're here, right? That's why you're seeking out resources to build a thriving career. But some folks seem to be lacking that audacity, or lacking in the audacity. So as you're lacking a little bit of that audacity, I want to help you build it. I want to help you bolster your audacity such that you can make an audacious ask, and also such that when the opportunity presents itself, you can seize this next opportunity. We're no longer in the season where we're letting opportunities go by in the assumption that, maybe someone else, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm not the right person for this role or for this opportunity. We're living into the season of, if I'm not the right one, they'll tell me that, but I'm going to pursue it anyway, if that is what you desire, right? So we talked on the previous series on redefining success for yourself. What does success look like? How does that show up in your life? How do you define success now at this age, at this stage, at this career path? What does success look like for you? Not what you may have adopted from what your previous generation may have guided you, not just what your mentor may have said, not maybe what your parents or other folks may have encouraged you to believe, but what is your definition of success? What does that look like for you in your everyday? What does that look like as far as what organizations you choose to work for or partner with or give your time to, or what nonprofit organizations you choose to be a donor or a participant in? What does success look like for you? So as we define what success looks like for us in this new era, I want to make sure that then we layer on that audacity, because you deserve. And when you know that you deserve, you show up differently for their opportunities. You show up differently for the opportunities, but it also means that you're in an environment that is going to allow you to do what is in your best interest without the perception of wrongdoing, right? Without any perceived need for correction or adjustment. And even if they do want to correct or adjust, the idea that you advocate for yourself and that you have that additional dose of audacity, to pursue the opportunity sends a clear signal into the universe, into the atmosphere, into the place that you are. So you have to be here for that series. It is going to be everything. We are making sure that more folks can join us and moving to the 2 p.m. slot beginning on June 6th. We are having the most amazing conversation. And I wanted to just give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Elizabeth Liba. Elizabeth Liba is the author of I'm Not Yelling. I'm Not Yelling I've been listening to this book on Audible, and I had to also order it online so that I can have a hard copy, because there's so many things that I feel like I want to quote. This book is going to be the next, the current reference for a Black woman's guide to navigating the workplace. I'm Not Yelling by Elizabeth Liba, a Black woman's guide to navigating the workplace. This book is legitimately fire. It is amazing. It is so well done. It's so well written. It's so thoughtful in all the examples. It's so very intentional in acknowledging the friction points that are happening in the workplace. and how all of the things that may be happening as a result of us showing up as our full authentic self in the workplace will change the way we see the world, and it'll change the way we show up in some of these environments. It's just, if you don't have it, you must get it. You must. I had to get a hard copy in addition to already listening to it on Audible, because I had to be able to write in the margins for this. It is such an amazing resource. I am encouraging my clients to read it. It does such an excellent job giving language to some of the friction points that we're seeing as corporations make choices that are not aligned with what our needs are sometimes in the workplace. But it also gives us, really good prompts and step-by-steps to think about what are the affirmations or the acknowledgments that are necessary in order to push forward. Chapter 3 on imposter syndrome changed the game for me. The quick story is I just did a talk in March for International Women's Day for a large client, a multinational client, huge international organization that has people doing, very critical work all over the world. And in my talk on International Women's Day, my prompt to the leadership of that organization was, if imposter syndrome is existing in your organization, and often, people will acknowledge, yes, there are people who experience imposter syndrome. Maybe even the leader that we're talking to is experiencing it. Evaluate the environment, the culture that you've created in your workplace such that imposter syndrome would be able to thrive. Because imposter syndrome cannot thrive in an environment where we acknowledge people, we pay people appropriately, we promote them when they're deserving of it, we make sure that they get the special projects, we compensate them, as the market deems them be compensated. We don't require them to fight and white knuckle and to do amazing things without having appropriate resources. Imposter syndrome only thrives in an environment where they are treated like an imposter, where peers, coworkers, clients, suppliers, whoever, third parties, that can only thrive when you've created an environment where others in the environment will treat this individual as an imposter. So, needless to say, the discussions coming up are going to be rich. And I just wanted to shout her out because I think the work that she's done with I'm Not Yelling, a Black Woman's Guide, is going to change the game. It should be the new reference. In addition to whatever books you're already using to navigate corporate America, I think this book has to be a part of it. It has to be a part of the discussion. So the takeaway for today, here's the gem. And I'm making sure now that as we have these quicker segments, I want to make sure that I give you what the clear takeaway is for the work and how to keep us going in between sessions. The takeaway here is to keep going, stay the course, right? You are on a course because you are doing what is right for you. And you've defined success for yourself. So keep going. Even if you redefine success every so often, even if on an annual basis, your definition of success has changed and it evolves, and it doesn't involve, a title, it doesn't involve climbing the corporate ladder, whatever your definition of success is, I want you to keep going. I want you to first define success for yourself above all. What does it look like? What are you doing when you arrive at a place where you feel like you're successful? Who are you working with? What's the kinds of work that you're doing? What are the kinds of organizations that you're giving your time to? And then keep going. Stay the course. Stay the course. Oftentimes, the frustrations, the challenges that we come, all of that adversity is as a result of you doing what is the right thing for you, and you making sure that your needs are met. And that adversity is other people's energy holding, gatekeeping you from getting to whatever it is you desire. So stay the course. Stay the course. And that is for myself as much as it is for all of you. But redefining success is so real. And I just want each and every one of you who are here today to think about, am I pursuing a definition of success that I adopted from someone else? Or have I redefined success for myself and allowed that to motivate me and to compel me forward so that I keep going? And that's the goal. Redefine it for yourself, go get it for yourself. Use the right resources, people, relationships, contacts, benefits, brands, companies, resume. Use it. Use all of it in order to achieve success as you define it, because that's where the real magic happens. So I wanted to make sure the last week we also talked about a new offer that we have here at Career Gems for the Journey. And I want to just reiterate that we now offer team building services. So you can find us on gemsforthejourney.org. We offer team building. If your team is looking to, is a new team that's looking to bond and make sure that you have what it takes in order to be successful, to be a high performing team. We talked about high performing teams in a previous series. If that's you, we're here for it. Absolutely. We can help to open those lines of communication. We can also help to make sure that early ways of working and processes for your team are established so that you guys can be unleashed to deliver exceptional results. So team building services are now a part of the Career Gems for the Journey offering. If you are a team that's established and there's been a significant transition and you want to reconnect, you want to make sure that the relationships are strong, communication lines are open, and that intentions and strategy is clear, Career Gems for the Journey can help you with that. If you are doing your team retreat, you're doing your day long strategy session, and you're looking for team building resources in order to make sure that that information sticks and it feels like there's a great level of engagement, please, that is what we are here for. So reach out to us if you are interested, specifically a team size of 8 or a team of 50. That's what we are here to do, and we are excited to be able to offer this additional service to our clients. It is something that grew organically. We had lots of teams who were doing individual coaching, leaders and executives who were doing individual coaching, and then began to ask us, I have this other thing for the team that I want to make sure we are aligned to. Do you have any services there? So it was born out of that. And now it is something that is constantly, getting asked about by word of mouth. So we wanted to make sure that if you're here today, you know that we offer team building services. You can reach out to us via our form on gemsforthejourney.org/work with us. And we would love to be able to collaborate with you. So final announcement, beginning next Tuesday, June 6th, 2023, we will be at our new time slot of 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we are there, you will still be able to get to the replay. The replay will still be available for you, but we heard your votes. We wanted to acknowledge all of the contributions that you all continue to make and the feedback that you gave us. So we are testing out a new time slot at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday. So thank you for joining us for this last time slot at our 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we look forward to seeing you at the new time slot at 2 p.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday. Please join us there. See you then.